Let's talk about gears. Gears are the last thing that we're going to do this semester, and they are not as hard as it looks, I promise. Because every time we do gears, everybody sees this detailed gear and freaks out. But I promise you, after all the working drawings and everything that you have done, gears are super easy. So let's look at the actual gear. This is the gear tooth terms image, okay? All of this is in the modules section of Canvas in the section called gears, okay? And I put things in order of how you're kind of supposed to watch it and look at it. So we've got a lot of terms. Root diameter, pitch diameter, outside diameter, your chordal addendum, your chordal thickness, the addendum circle, the dedendum circle, the circular thickness, the clearance. So with this image, it kind of gives you a graphic representation of what is actually going on with a gear and how you create the actual teeth of the gear. Now, when we draw the gear, we're not going to draw the detailed tooth. We're going to draw a simplified gear drawing. So in your modules, you have this drawing. Back us up a little bit. There we go. This is the base of our gear drawing, okay? This is the gear drawing for problem 20-10. So we're going to draw this first. So you're going to create this drawing. You're given measurements for the majority of it. Okay, now I need you to look at this distance right here. From this side to this side, right there. They've left that dimension off. That's going to be 0.75. Okay, so right here, 1.75. Okay, excuse me, I misspoke. It's 1.75 from this side to this side. Okay, so you're going to draw this gear drawing. Everything is given to you except you need to know these three circles. Okay, so let's talk about the drawing itself first. You have to create a new layer. So you're going to go to Layer Properties, go to New, and you can just name it Gear. Name it Gear, and it has a Phantom 2 line type. Okay, so we'll just let this be our gear layer, and this is a center line layer. This is the gear layer again, okay? So what you are figuring out are these three lines. These three lines will adjust over here, okay? So we're going to draw 4 gear drawings. Everything is the same but these 3 lines, okay? So when you adjust these 3 lines, then you're going to adjust the section of the gear over here on the side, right? So you're given these measurements, and what you're going to do, you're going to create your chart, okay? So you're going to have to find the diametral pitch, the number of teeth, the pressure angle, pitch diameter, hole depth, chordal addendum, chordal thickness. Now, the pressure angle does not change. 14 degrees, 30 minutes. It does not change, okay? To get this little degree symbol, when you're using your text, you can right mouse click and then pick symbol and pick the degree symbol, or you can type in %C, and that should give it to you. All right, now, in our problems, the number of teeth are given and the diametral pitch is given. You will always be given these 2 numbers. So with these 2 numbers, you can figure out everything else that you need to create this drawing. So on your problem sheet that I've given you, you have these formulas. Okay, so this is what you need to figure out. Let's go back to this sheet. Here they are, all in one line. Okay, so dp is given to you. Number of teeth is given to you. So n and dp are given. So now you have to figure out the circular pitch. So cp equals 3.1416 divided by dp. Well, you're given dp. The diametral pitch would be 6 for this problem. So you divide that by 6. You need the pitch diameter, n over dp, 36 divided by 6. So you have to solve all of these equations in order to draw the part. So what I have done in Canvas, you have a module that has your gear worksheet, your calculations, the detail, everything that I just showed you on that one sheet. Here's your problem sheet. You're going to draw 4 gears. So when you open up your problem sheet and you see the different problems that you have, the first one we're going to do is 2010. That's the example on the gear, okay? So 2010 has 36 teeth and the diametral pitch is 6. Then you're going to draw 20D, 48 teeth, diametral pitch of 8. 20E, you've got 60 teeth, diametral pitch is 10, and 20F, 72 teeth, diametral pitch is 12. So we're going to start with 2010, and that is the actual example that you're given to draw from. Okay, so do the calculations first. So you're going to go into Gear Problem 2010 Calculations, and I want you to give me the answer in decimal form, 4 decimal places. Okay, so if the answer is 0.625, okay, you give me 0.6250 as the answer. So here's the problem. I've given you the formulas and examples again, but when you go into this, it's going to let you see your formula. There's your formula, and then you type in your number, okay? So for each one, you're going to type in the number to 4 decimal places, 4 decimal places, and you're going to round it to the nearest 4th decimal place, okay? So if it's, I don't know, 0.133333333, you just round it to the nearest 4th, and it would be 0.1333, okay? So you're going to do all of these for each problem. So for 2010, you're going to solve the calculations. Then you're going to go into AutoCAD, and you're going to need the root diameter, the pitch diameter, and the outside diameter. So RD, PD, and OD. So those 3 numbers give you OD, PD, and RD. All right, so these 3 circles, OD, PD, and RD. So once you get those numbers, those diameters, you draw those in, and then you adjust, you pull things over, pull it over, there's your center line, there's your outside diameter, and you adjust top and bottom of this section. On the next part, you're going to do the same calculations, but then your PD, your OD, and RD will change, and you will adjust those 3 circles and adjust your drawing. So once you draw this base, everything's the same, okay? So make yourself a chart. This is just, I think I made these 1/4 of an inch. It's just lines, some offsets. Type in your text. Your text is 1/8 of an inch. Type in your numbers. You have to adjust your chart and your 3 lines. Now, when you draw this drawing, Make sure that you draw your keyway correctly. Remember, you know how to make a keyway. Make sure you pull the lines over correctly, because if you mess up this drawing here, when you draw the other ones, which all of mine are in one drawing, you don't have to do that. You can put them in individual drawings. See how I'm adjusting these 3 circles? Changing the number of teeth, changing the pitch, the angle stays the same, PD stays the same, honestly, in most of them, and then you're changing your hole depth, your chordal addendum, and your chordal thickness. So for gears, draw the example of 20-10 with 36 teeth and a 6 diametral pitch. And then you're going to use that drawing to continue. Now again, all mine are in one drawing. You do not have to do that. You can draw one drawing, save it as 20-10, and then submit it to me. Then draw the next one and submit it to me. Mine are in one drawing just because it's easier for me to call this up and show it to you this way. Okay, so remember, this dimension isn't on your sheet. It's 1.75, and then you're going to dimension everything in decimals. Draw your parts. Okay, everything is given to you. This is a simple drawing, and then you do your calculations. So do the calculations first, then draw the part. Next drawing, next problem, do your calculations, then adjust your part. Okay, so remember, file, save as, and save it as a new name. Okay, so you can actually use the same drawing over and over and over again and just rename it. So in Canvas, in modules, I'm going to place this video in there. So you'll have the video, and then you'll have your worksheets, your calculations, the detail to look at, but I've also put all of this in each calculation problem. Okay, here's the problem sheet. This is what you're actually doing, but they're also in each individual problem. Okay, now here is the drawing. Okay, so I've given you a sample drawing with notes. So when you click on this, you're going to see, you must create a gear layer, Phantom 2 line type, color 150. You've got to do your chart. Here's your missing dimension. Okay, so these are the 2 things that will be updated every time you do a part. All right, so here's some notes for you. I've also placed a sample of the drawing itself so you can kind of see what it's going to look like. All right, so here's your sample gear drawing, and then you have an open book test that you can use chapter 20, and trust me, it's not hard. Everything is simple to look up. Okay, so this is the last unit that we're going to do for level 2. Okay, so take your time, pay attention to your numbers. In your formula, make sure you check your math. Okay, make sure you check your math. So make sure that you have checked all your drawing on the first one, because you don't want any mistakes that are going to travel through to the next 3 drawings that you're going to do. Make sure you dimension properly. Make sure your line types are correct. Make sure you create your little chart here. And remember, you're going to put it all in a layout D. So make sure that it fits in your layout D title block. Make sure you have everything together. Okay, so here is your drawing files. All right, we've left the cutting plane line off. You do not have to put the cutting plane line in, because you see in our example in the book, it's just not required with this drawing, so you can leave that off. Okay, good luck guys. I know you're going to do great.